everyone, welcome to this yoga class in which we're holding postures for a long time so that the stillness of the body can translate to stillness of the mind. So just as Patanjali's Yoga Sutras say, yogas chitta vritti nirodha, and I can talk a bit more about that later. But first we'll come into a comfortable seated position. As always, that can be anything you want it to be. Use props in any way you want. Sometimes it's nice to have the hips higher so that it's not too much for you to sit up straight, because that is essentially what we want. Long spine, space for the lungs to expand, and we open the palms to the ceiling and bring the thumb and four fingertips together, and we stretch the remaining fingers away from us. That's something that's often forgotten. I see Indians do that without any kind of problem. And sometimes in the West I see that that's maybe because it isn't told, but we'll try as much as we can to stretch those fingers away from us. We'll close the eyes and we'll take a long breath in and slowly exhale through the mouth on a ha sound. And again, think long breath rather than deep breath. In your own time. So the slower the better. And then we breathe in and out on a ha sound. Feel the stomach expand and contract. And slowly, while still breathing on that ha sound, close your mouth. Keep breathing like that. With that, what it is really is the constriction in the back of the throat, your epiglottis and your vocal cords. And that's your Ujjay breath, your victorious breath. And a little bit longer like that, just in and out, trying to be as calm and relaxed and soft with the breath as you were before. Just feeling and hearing this sound, this constriction adds a little bit of friction. That friction causes the sound and also more warmth. And then we relax the breath, we relax the hands, just bringing the palms onto the knees. We drop our left ear to the left shoulder, and just hang out here. No need to add anything, but if you wanted to, you could walk your right hand away from you and bring the left hand onto the head. Again, not necessary, up to you. I suggest keeping the eyes closed. You're not missing much here. It's just me sitting and doing what I'm asking you to do. So maybe much better for you to tune into your body and get a sense of how you feel as you slowly lower the chin towards the collarbone. And soften your jaw, soften the shoulders. Bring the chin over towards your shoulder now. From there all the way to the chest. And try to keep your back straight. And see if you might like to bring your hands to the back of the head. And the longer we stay, the more we're going to feel in the body. That's a combination of course, these the stretch increasing, intensifying, but also our awareness is becoming a little bit sharper. And we release hands back onto the knees. Raise the head slowly, take your time. And if you were sitting in a way that has another side, so anything that's cross-legged, come to the other side. If you were sitting on the heels or stretching the legs to the front, then just stay where you are. But you can obviously change your pose as well if you feel like you want to. So nice long spine, shoulders relaxed, soft, and we drop our right ear to the right shoulder. And we try not to let the shoulder come towards the ear, just the ear coming towards the shoulder. From here you might want to walk that left hand away from you and bring the right hand onto the head. Go for it. But hands on the knees is just as fine. Slowly bring the chin down to the collarbone. From there, chin slowly goes over towards the right shoulder. And bring the chin to the chest. Take your time. Shoulders come forwards. And the back presses towards the back. Arms go to the front. We'll walk the fingertips forwards. Then reach both arms and fingertips towards the front at the same time. Arms to the sides and onto the ground with the hands, and we straighten the spine but tip forwards from there. And then from here, hands, our right hand next to the hip, we'll raise the arm, left arm, look up to the ceiling. So open the eyes now and stretch up. Eyes can close again. Check that the head is comfortable, the neck is comfortable. And breathe into the left side of the body. Change sides. Left hand in line with the hip, no matter how you're sitting. Right arm goes up, we open the eyes and look up. Then we can still decide to close the eyes again. Turning our senses inwards. Or that very pronounced, overpowering, dominant sense, that visual sense. That is really so all-encompassing. Release. Left hand onto the right knee. Right hand behind you or onto the left waist, and if behind you, really close to your buttocks, not far away, so that the spine stays long as you twist. And we change sides. We release and bring the legs to the back and the hands to the front. Start by coming onto all fours and aligning the knees and hips and the wrists and shoulders, and then draw a little circle with your chin, just a little one. And then a slightly bigger one. And then circle the other way. Big circle, just as on the other side. And then an even bigger one. And you drop the head, round the back, press the tailbone forwards, shift forwards and hold, shift back and hold. Walking the hands a little bit further forwards, tucking the toes under, coming forwards and back. And then into child's pose, untucking the toes, lengthening the arms, bringing the forehead to the ground. Hips rock gently from side to side. And then from here, round your back, come back up, and this time the hands back into their original position. We're going to tuck the right toes under and bring the whole of the foot onto the ground. With that, your knee goes up, and we use the right hand to press the knee to the back, and we sink the hips further and further to the back. Don't worry how far you're going. If you can go all the way here and it feels nice, go for it. Keep that right heel heavy, so there's going to be a lovely stretch here into the back of the leg and back of the leg, Achilles tendon, back of the heel and ankle. And we could, if we wanted to, if we didn't need to have that right hand there at the knee, raise that arm. Again, this is not the only way that this could look. You could be here, you could be here. Go somewhere that feels like the perfect stretch for you, opening up into the inner thigh and hip. But then there's obviously a lot more going on, and you decide what you want to feel here, what you want more of, what you want less of. And release. Round your back, move the hips from side to side. Arch the back. Move the hips from side to side here as well. Around the back, drop the head, look to the left toes, tuck them under, bring the heel to the ground so the whole of the foot is on the ground. Left hand to the knee, press to the back. This side might need something else, so don't automatically go to where you were before. Is there anything else that might feel even nicer? Get creative. There's no right or wrong here. There is as many yogas as there are people in this world. Many. That is how many. So I always liken this to the paths that get you to the peak of a mountain. And there might be one path that everyone is walking, but that's by no means the only path. If you decide to free solo your way up a mountain, then, go for it. You'll also not be the only one. When we come back up onto all fours, round the back, drop the head, move the hips gently from side to side, slow motion here if you want, just to let yourself feel what it is you're feeling. So even in movements, we can be very aware, but the longer we stay, the more aware we can become, the more we'll get to know our body and what is going on. Breathe in and arch, raising the head. And on the next exhale, round. Keep arching and rounding in unison with the breath. And the hands come a little bit further forwards again. We're going to drop the hips forwards, right knee to the right hand, right foot to the left side of the mat, doesn't matter how far. And we sink down, sending that left leg to the back, and then coming forwards onto the forearms, onto the forehead, maybe onto the chest. Or maybe you'd like to keep the hands on the ground and actually walk them in. It really doesn't matter where you want to be. You should go where is most comfortable for you and make sure that you're not raising that left hip too much. So try and gently press it down, even if that means the right hip comes up. And that's what we want. Hips aligned. And the eyes can close. And we listen to the breath rather than guiding it. And the reason that's so important is that we can trick our body into a whole lot of things, as well as our mind, right? If we're breathing very fast, if we're hyperventilating, we can get ourselves to have a panic attack. If we're slowing down our exhalations, we can get ourselves within less than 2 minutes into a state of calm. But the idea here is that we're listening to that natural rhythm of the breath, which will tell us what is actually going on right now. Are we in the posture that we should be in? What energies are being created and passed through our body right now without us doing anything? And yes, it's difficult to just observe the breath without guiding it. It's next to impossible. We're here to try, just try. Even if we're always going to be a little bit participant, to a large part of us will be the observer. Now, if you're on the forearms, you can stay on the forearms. You might have to come up a little bit. Hands go to the right, or forearms go to the right. And we look beyond the right shoulder into the back of the room. Ways that this could look. Make it feel good in your body. No matter how high or low, there's a little twist. And then we come back to the front and we'll push ourselves back up. Hands can stay further forwards than the shoulders because we're obviously coming to the other side. Left knee to the left side of the mat, to the left hand. Left foot to the right side. Don't force anything here. If that foot goes towards your pubic bone, let it. If it's close to the hip, that's also fine. No right or wrong place for it to be. Just us tuning into what the body needs, and chances are that your breath will deteriorate if you've overdone it. So just let the breath be, observe it. Decide if you want to be high or come down onto the forearms, onto the forehead, onto the chest. As always, we want to really be honest with ourselves. Often it's not that we are trying to convince other people of something. Before we're trying to convince others, we're trying to convince ourselves of things. In that way, we're master manipulators. But we want to shed ourselves of all of that. Not saying this should and that must. Nothing has to happen. We're not letting the ego manipulate us. The body knows best. And the body is the best guru. The problem is often that when we're saying you are your best guru, what does that mean? It often ends up, if you're not having a guru, a guide, someone to help you with things along the way, then often our ego takes over, the wrong part of us, the part that is not the guru. But the breath is one of those that we can really trust. And the breath only lies to us if we're guiding it, if we're manipulating it. The true essence of us, breath, our Atman, consciousness, that is in a way non-judgmental. One part of the brain, the prefrontal cortex, often called the brain's CEO, that is judgmental, whereas the brainstem is not. Just like that, we want to see there's all these parts of our body, in our body, our physical body, but then all these other sheaths that are non-judgmental, non-conceptual. Now slowly, whether you're on the forearms or not, walk to the left a little bit and look beyond the left shoulder and to the back, twisting a little bit or a lot, we decide. Test out different things. And settle on where you actually want to be. Slowly come to the front again. And we bring that left leg to the back. Round your back. Move the hips as we did before. And come into child's pose. Long arms. And we slowly roll up through the spine. Tuck the toes under and push the hips up, and we gently walk our heels one by one into the mat or towards the mat. We raise the right leg, raise it high, point the toes, move into the toes and ankle, flex the foot and drop the heel. Step to the front, drop your left knee and sink down. Hips go down and to the front. We look to the front, we release the hands and we raise them. Kali Mudra, for example, but if the hands want to be apart or just together, that is also fine. And the arms gently further back, shoulders, little back bend, or not. When you're ready, close your eyes and keep them closed. Just follow that gentle movement of the breath, and if it isn't gentle, then change the posture or open the eyes. Change something, a little thing about what you're doing here. And notice if that changes the breath and lets it come back to its calm equilibrium. We want to stay in a posture that's good for us. The longer we stay, the more intense the effect on the brain. The more aware we are, the more we're in control. Not just of this moment, but therefore also of life. If we manage to be aware every single moment of our life, we are fully in control also of the architecture of the brain. And we pay attention. Release. Hands to the ground. And slowly from here, take your time, press the hands into the ground, press the hips to the back until that right leg is as straight as it can be. It may mean that it's not fully straight, that's fine. And from here we raise our right arm and look up to the ceiling. And then we may decide to close the eyes here too. Give that a try. If you think it's too much, open the eyes again. And if you now notice that the neck is uncomfortable, change the position of the head. And feel your breath. Don't guide the breath. Let the breath be your guide. Press your right hip down and let it open up. And especially if you're balancing here with the eyes closed, notice what helps you balance. And we slowly release. The eyes can open for this. We guide our right foot to the left side and drop the knee. We bring our left knee forwards and the left foot to the right side, so the knees are on top of each other, and we press the hips to the back. And slowly, right knee is already off the ground, left knee will stay. And maybe that right knee needs to come much, much higher for you, that's fine. We can also adjust that foot a little bit, but knees on top of each other, tops of the feet on the ground, if that works. Now I'm gonna not mirror, but face you. And that right arm goes up. Again, I'm not mirroring, right arm goes up. We pull that arm over to the left side, arm behind the head, and we drop that hand. Maybe the elbow can be behind the head. Stay here in front or somewhere near the shoulder, or bind your hands behind you. Show that from the back. Another thing we could do is also just to hold on to whatever we're wearing. And straight spine. Now check on your jaw. Have we inadvertently clenched? Can we smile a little smile? And slowly release. Take your time here. Just bring the hands to the ground. And face the side again. So I've got the whole of the mat. Hands to the ground, just feeling what's going on in the right arm versus the left. Don't shake it off, just feel. From here we come forwards, if we can. This may be a little bit deep, it's not necessary. All we need to do is just let the head relax, the neck get long. And then hands walk forwards, hips go up. That right knee comes back onto the ground. Bring that left leg a little bit further back, right leg to the front, and then to the back from here. We may have to adjust that left knee, bring it back a little bit further under that left shoulder. No, not the left shoulder, the left hip. And then that left arm goes up as well. Now let's close the eyes here. Ardha-Hanumanasana, that balancing tabletop. If it's too much to close the eyes, please don't worry. Just check if you can. Breaks are allowed, adaptations of this are allowed. We bring that left hand down. We raise the right hip. And from here, maybe walking that left foot out a little bit. Raise your right arm. Reach for the right foot. And raise the foot high. And we look up. Would prefer to look down for the neck or for balance. And keep breathing. And lots of variations here. The left foot could come further out. The right knee doesn't have to be high. The right heel could go to your buttocks. Could also be on your left forearm instead. And release. Gently push ourselves to the back and into child's pose. Arms next to your body. Head to the left side. Notice how the arms can drop lower, how the shoulders can relax more. Close your eyes and feel your breath. And allow it to slow down by itself. You don't need to make that happen. And then we turn the head to the right side. And you roll up through the spine, bring the hands to the knees and press towards the back, rounding as much as we can. And on exhale, we make this even deeper. And we release and come back onto all fours, hands a little bit further forwards, tuck the toes under and push the hips up. And you're a strong mountain with your hands and feet being that base, giving you the strength that you need here. And the tip of the mountain, your tailbone, even though it's an indentation, that's the peak of your mountain. And we breathe in and raise the left leg, pointing the toes, and also moving into the toes and ankle. Flex the foot, drop the heel. Careful what's behind you. We look to the front, step to the front, drop the right knee and slide it far to the back. Drop the hips. Get comfortable. Nice and slowly. Find your balance here. Keep the eyes open until you feel that you can close them. Arms up if possible, if comfortable. And here we could interlock the hands and push the palms away from us. Also send the shoulders to the back, the arms to the back, maybe coming into a back bend, but optional, as always. Everything is what you want it to be, as long as it's good for your body. And then I want you to prioritize closing the eyes. So if that means that the hands need to come down to the ground, let them come down to the ground. I want you to just get a sense of your body, your perception of all the sensory impressions minus that visual sense. Because it's so overpowering, we use it all the time. It's currently dark outside. And if I didn't have light, then I'd be sleeping right now. Or at least my eyes would be closed. Yes, there were candles back in the day. But fact remains that because of our very evolved world, we use our eyes much more than we used to. And in many ways also very differently. You know, who of us can even look? You don't have to live in London like me. We don't look far into the distance as we used to. So our eyes are not used to that. It's just different. We're using the eyes differently. Give them a little break, a little rest. And let your proprioception, your equilibrioception, that vestibular sense of gravity take over. And your interoception as well, right? If the eyes are open, then you pay more attention to what's going on around you. If the eyes are closed, you'll pay more attention to what's going on inside of you. Slowly release. We might open the eyes for that. We might keep them closed. And take your time. Don't rush. Even though you know what the next asana is, don't rush. You've got time. Hips slowly go up and push to the back. Hands walk along with you. For some of us, the hands might need to be on that left leg, or we're just keeping that left leg really bent rather than straightening it all the way. That's all fine. And then from here, hip stays down. We raise the left arm, we look up to the ceiling. And we close the eyes. Is that comfortable or not? Does the neck want something else? Can the eyes stay closed, or do they need to open in order for you to be stable here? And if you're unsure, then listen to your breath. Let your breath tell you everything you need to know about this pose. And the rest of the body. For example, the neck, the left hamstring, left hip, slowly open the eyes and release. Sliding that left foot to the right side, top of the foot comes to the ground, and then that left knee drops, right knee goes forwards, right foot goes to the left side. And then once the knees are on top of each other and the feet are out so that there's space for your buttocks, push to the back, let that left knee rise, right knee stays on the ground. Pushing back as far as you can, adjusting the feet if you need to. And I'll keep facing this way now because I know you know Gomukhasana. So left knee on top, both tops of the feet on the ground. This gets not necessarily deeper for everyone, but if you want to move the feet a little bit further forwards rather than in, that can increase that stretch as well. And then left arm up. Grab hold of the hand or wrist and pull it over to the right side. The elbow goes behind the head. The hand drops, and hands can stay in front of the shoulder and next to the shoulder, higher. Or you can drop that right hand all the way and bring it from the bottom up in between the shoulder blades, where your left hand and right hand might meet. Or you can just hold on to your top instead. Close the eyes. Relax your jaw and your tongue. And feel a general softness come over you, especially where you're stretching. How we're allowing prana to flow freely through the body, removing blockages and breathing properly. And that breathing properly, we don't need to make that happen. Again, the breath has taken over. It is the real teacher. For a little bit longer. And don't shy away from really noticing what it is you're feeling. You want to feel these things. increase that sense of interoception. And release. No need to shake it off. Just notice how the right arm feels, how the left arm feels, hands too. And from here we drop forwards a little bit. May just be the head, might be the shoulders, a little rounding in the back. Maybe that you're coming far further forwards and can even bring the forearms to the ground. But how far we go is neither here nor there. It just needs to be right for you. And slowly take your time. Hands to the front, push yourself up. Hands far enough forwards. And then from here, left knee to the front and release. Right foot further to the right. That right knee goes out a little bit as well, but could be further in because that makes this easier now. Raising the left arm and raising the left leg. Could, if we wanted to, reach for the left foot. Of course, none of this is necessary. And you can find other variations that are more suited to you if none of this works for you. Same goes for your gaze. And drishti is as much where you're looking as where you're not looking. Whether you're looking at all or whether the eyes are closed. Hence, san mukhi mudra, where we've got our, where we're closing off all of our senses, turning them inwards, with closing off the ears with our thumbs, the eyes, the nose, even though you're still breathing through the nose, and the mouth. So it's turning the senses inwards. That's just as much drishti, and drishti is also your mental gaze, your outlook, your focus. Where are you placing your focus? Not in just where are the eyes looking, but where are you paying attention? Are you paying attention to the good things in life? Are you paying attention to all the negative things that happen to you? And that will determine as well how you see the world and how the world sees you in turn. Umwelt, a concept by a Baltic German, the early 1900s, I think. Umwelt means environment, but it's that idea that goes back to him, Jakob von Uexküll, and how we all have our own environment, our own reality. Right, we slowly release. Knees together, feet together. Push to the back and turn your head to the right side. Arms to the sides of the body. And then let your shoulders drop as low as they can. And then imagine that someone is putting strong, heavy hands onto your shoulders or shoulder blades. Take a nice, gentle, long breath in. As you slowly breathe out, imagine those hands getting heavier on you. And we turn the head to the left side. And we'll do the same thing. Hands still there, nice, soft, heavy hands. We breathe in all the way, and as we exhale, we just let go. We roll up through the spine, hands back onto the knees, and as before, we round our back. Nice and slowly, arms to the front. We raise the arms high, reach them up, breathe in, Breathe out, hands to the heart center. And come back onto all fours, hands further forwards into Ardha-Hanumanasana or mountain pose. And then from here, we come onto the outer edge of the left foot. You could come onto the lower leg as well if you wanted. You could come onto the forearm. We raise the right arm and we step that right foot into the middle of the mat. Nice and high. Long arms. That left arm is long as well. We're not sinking into it. And we could come onto the outer edge of the right foot here. Don't have to. We'll try and press that right knee out. Right hand to that knee, we press the knee out and we sink the hips down. And look to the back. Drop the hips further if you can, all the way down if you can. And then pull that right foot in towards you. Push the right knee away from you and hands to the ground. Drop down. If you're still much higher, that's fine, of course. Just feel that stretch into your hip. Come up from here in the same way as you came into the posture. Long left arm, long right arm. Right foot back firmly onto the ground. We press up. We send that right arm to the front now. We send the right leg to the back. And remember, you can come onto your left lower leg. You could also come onto your left forearm. Both or either, or a full side plank. Side planks, as I'm sure I've said before, many of them are named after the rishis, the Sapta rishis, the first of the sages that learned yoga. And as that, they were very wise and they definitely would have chosen the right asana for them. Come into a plank. And also change that plank into a half plank or something else. You could come onto the knees here, you could come onto the forearms. Again, don't force anything. Listen to the breath. Let it be your guide. And we drop the knees, so we push the hips to the back, walk the hands in. And raise the arms, straighten the spine. Move into your fingers and into your wrists. Just make sure they're okay before you do the other side. That will be the other side, but still. Yeah, float the arms down, hands to the front. Tuck the toes under, push the hips up. And then from here, onto the outer edge of the right foot. Again, you may decide to bring the lower leg onto the ground already. Left foot to the front. Left arm goes up. Oh, and when I say left foot to the front, into the middle of the mat. You might come here. You might not. You might decide that you're better off on your forearm. And where we're looking is not arbitrary, it's intentional. It doesn't matter where you're looking, but you've thought about it. You've made that your intention. Left hand to the knee, press it out, and gently push down. You could stay here, you could come onto your forearm. You could come all the way down. Pull that foot in. Send the knee out. And then from here, hands to the front and drop down. And keep remembering the breath will tell you what you need to know. Not everything, not the lottery numbers, but a lot about your body. Coming back up and back to where we came from. Foot onto the ground, pushing yourself up. This time left arm goes to the front. We may decide to come into a half side plank onto the right lower leg or onto the right forearm. Vasishthasana, Kashyapasana, whichever one you choose. Come into a plank. Decide to make good decisions every moment of our practice, every moment of our life. And push the hips up, walk the feet to the front. Shake off your hands, shoulders, arms, and drop down, rock side to side. And hands to the ground, drop onto your back and hug the knees in towards you. Close the eyes. Take a long breath in, long, slow, not deep. And sigh out. Make your way into happy baby. Check that it makes sense for you to hold on to the feet, that that's not a strain for the shoulders or neck. Let your tailbone get heavy. You want the length of the spine to relax parallel to the ground. Let your breath become that of a sleeping person. And notice that 2 counts on the inhale, 1 count on the exhale. Is that ratio, that rhythm. That induces theta brainwaves. And surprise, surprise, they are associated with deep, dreamless sleep. And with a meditative state, and with deep relaxation. Send the feet out to the sides. And so just no longer holding on to them. Maybe gently letting the arms be a weight on the legs. Maybe instead of that, you need to keep the legs from dropping too far and hold them up. Maybe the arms don't want to do anything at all. Maybe the hands already want to come to the chest and stomach. Stay a little bit longer here with the legs stretched out to the sides, but we raise the arms. And just relax them here. Move into the fingers and wrists. Move into your toes and ankles. And then use the hands to gently bend the legs and bring the knees together. Hug them in towards you. Nice and gently, but quite likely that you feel the expansion of the stomach against your thighs, or at least towards them. And come into our favorite variation of Markatasana. In any way you like, guide that right hip over to the left side so that you're twisting. Any way you like. Legs intertwined or both straight, both bent. One straight, one bent. Feel the breath slow down. Sometimes a guided breath might sneak in. Let it. And mostly just be aware. We slowly change sides, and in between, before we go over to the other side, we'll come back into Pavanmuktasana, hugging the knees in towards the chest. Doesn't have to be deep, just as a little release and reset for the spine and for you, for the mind. And then over to the other side, left hip goes to the right side. Long or bent or half and half. And close the eyes. Observe the breath. And observe the heartbeat. And these vrittis, these mental fluctuations, are so many things. On the surface, you might think it's just mind wandering, right? And it is. When we think more and more about it, it's whatever else comes with that as well. It's every thought we've ever had and the imprint that it has left on the brain, the way that we're judging everything based on concepts that we have, that our brain has developed over a long lifetime. From ever since we were a child, and we may have been told if we're throwing toys out or if we're shouting or whatever it is as a baby, when there may not have been any judgment behind it. This is you being angry, now you're sad. And then we get an idea in our head. And so language can aid these concepts as well. Different words in a different language. German word Schadenfreude, known in English as well. The fact that there's a word for it makes you be able to have that as an emotion. And what we're trying to do is rid ourselves of all these vrittis, these concepts, stereotypes, unconscious biases, the way that we're judging situations, not for what they are, but what our memories of similar situations were. What does anything and everything trigger in us? Because everything triggers something in us. Music, for example, will always remind us of something if we know it. And sometimes we're aware, sometimes we're not. So awareness is the key to letting go of these vrittis, sitting with them, not judging them, That's what yoga's Chitta Vritta Nirodha means. And we slowly roll onto the back and back into Pavanmuktasana. And close the eyes. And bring the feet to the ground, knees together. A little bit of space now under the lower back, that natural curve. We feel the stomach, rib cage and chest. And we breathe gentle breaths in and out. In through the nose and out through the nose. Now in for 3 and out for 6. We increase that stretch into the lower back, or I should say compression, by bringing the soles of the feet together and dropping the knees to the sides. And that sleeping bound angle. Supta Baddha. Supta, often also called reclined, whatever you want to call it really. Allow the arms to drop as well. And just lie here and try to just be open to anything that pops into your head, to your body, brain, mind, any impressions at all. Sounds outside your body, sounds inside, sounds that are far away, sensations, thoughts, emotions. We'll lie here in stillness, getting any last movements out of our system, changing anything about the posture that we might want to change. And then finding that complete stillness in the body so that we can translate that to stillness of the mind. Asana, traditionally a seated posture to prepare us for meditation. It's all about sitting still, in this case lying still, and the vrittis, these mental fluctuations, are in the first instance, of course, the mind wandering that we'll perceive once we're asked to not have all of the stimulation, even if stimulation is just someone speaking to you in the way that I'm speaking right now. But then the further and further we go, the more we'll realize that it's not just that, it's any concept that we have, stereotypes, unconscious biases, concepts of good and bad, love, hate, anger, and whenever there is a particular word in a language that explains a certain concept, for example, the word Schadenfreude, German word, known in the English language, so that happiness about someone else's misery now exists as a concept. What we're trying to do in yoga is get rid of all of these concepts, see anything and everything that happens to us without it being shaded by past experiences, whether good or bad, so that we can just see the truth of the moment. And I had a much longer meditation, but my phone shut off. So what I want you to do is just lie there in stillness for as long as you can, and thoughts will keep coming. Try to keep coming back to your body, your breath, sensations, impressions, without any judgment. And enjoy. I will see you soon.